Everyone, so someone requested a video on the products I use to clean my house. Sorry if I've already forgotten your username, and it was like just a couple hours ago I read it, so I apologize. But if you didn't know, for the gist of my channel, I'm pretty crunchy, but I'm also pretty thrifty. So the products I use to clean my house are cheap and more natural than like chemical laden cleaners. So I'll just jump right into it. For surface cleaning, I will use just white vinegar, sometimes distilled, or sometimes I'll just splash some on a wet rag and then wipe down my surfaces. Now if I've cooked with raw meat, raw fish, raw chicken, or eggs, I will use Clorox wipe. I don't have a problem like using that if like I've touched something that I know can like contaminate other things. For if I want something like a little more heavy duty, I've also have this as a backup, and this looks really grody, but what it is vinegar infused with orange peels. These are clementine peels, but I mean it's the same difference. It just like infuses it with the power of the orange peels and like the scent. So I use this for surfaces, just a little bit diluted with water and with in my Swiffer. So I have a Swiffer that I use to like mop my floors, and how I refill it is if you have a container that you've bought, you can't unscrew the cap. So what you have to do is get a pot of boiling water and get it to a boil, and then dip the lid in. I think you have to hold it for like 30 seconds, and then you can easily unscrew it. I think there's glue or something, some adhesive that loosens when you do that, and then you can refill your Swiffer bottle over and over again with your own solution. So in my Swiffer, I probably pour maybe half a cup of this, then I fill the rest with water, and then I do the very last I put 1 or 2 squirts of Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap, and I do use that on my floors, and I don't have a problem with residue. Some people might, but we have wood floors and it's fine. Dr. Bronner's I use I don't know, I really have a good use for it yet. I bought the peppermint, and I don't know, I don't use it on my dishes because I feel like it leaves a little residue, but I use it in my Swiffer. That's all I found. If you have good uses for Dr. Bronner's, please leave them below and let me know. For my dishwasher, I have not found really a crunchy way of cleaning my dishes, so I just use like generic dishwashing liquid. For my dishes, I use, I'll get it, I use some kind of natural dish detergent, and right now it's this Sun and Earth natural hypoallergenic. So I use this on things that don't have grease on them. If it has grease, I have to use like Original Dawn. Like I said, that's the only thing that's going to cut through the grease for me. Unless you have tips, leave them below. But I use this. I've used the 7th generation kind. I've used, there's Bon Ami kind. Anything that's just like more natural or more like less like chemicals, that because you're eating and drinking off of these things like that are going into your body. Let me know if you have any good natural like dishwasher, dish detergent that you would recommend. Here's a random thing for my coffee pot. I clean it probably once a month with I fill the coffee pot with hot water, and then I add probably 1/4 cup of white vinegar, and I run that through, and then I dump the stuff that's run through, and I probably do 2 or 3 just pots of hot water and run that through, and my coffee cleaner is like sparkling clean. So that's a really good tip for that. For our stovetop, we have like the electric stovetop, not electric, you know, where it's like flush. I don't know, I can't think of the word of what it is, but it's not raised. I haven't really found a good way of cleaning that either, because I think they make like a special cleanser for that, but I think it's pretty harsh. So let me know if you have any suggestions for a cleanser for your stovetop. The oven, the same deal. I've used Bon Ami in the oven, and it was okay, but it was a lot of work. But oven cleaners are like so full of chemicals, I hate to use them. So I need tips on that too. For our clothes and our diapers, we use soap nuts. I have, this is like literally my last nut. I just ordered some more a couple days ago, so this should be coming soon. I use this for our diapers. I use these for all of our regular clothes. I don't even remember the last time I bought like real laundry detergent. This is laundry detergent, but like my husband doesn't think so, so it's not really real. But we use soap nuts, and this is funny, I just recently found out that if you use cold water, you're supposed to make a tea out of the nuts, and I've never ever done that, and I've never ever had a problem, so I'm not gonna do it. I just use maybe 4 or 5 of these in the little baggies that they come in, and it works great. For our laundry room, we don't use dryer sheets. We use dryer balls. So that's not really like a cleaning thing, that's a laundry thing, but I just thought that I'd throw that in there. Okay, for the tub, there's a couple things I've used. This is good for soap scum. This is Dawn and vinegar mixed together. And it's really concentrated, and it's really, really powerful and stinky. So if you use it, make sure you're in a really well ventilated area. So use Bonami scrubbing spray. I've used this on like my countertops and my tubs, and you could probably use it. I've used it in the sink too, I think, to scrub out a stainless steel sink. Nobody talks about this stuff, and I love it. So what it is, it even says right on it, it's biodegradable, hypoallergenic, powder cleanser, America's original natural home cleanser. 5 simple ingredients: limestone, feldspar, biodegradable cleaning agents from coconut and corn, soda ash, and baking soda. This stuff is freaking awesome, and I don't understand why nobody talks about Bonami. So I love this stuff. And like I said, they have a dishwashing liquid as well. So the last thing somebody asked about was, how do we clean our toys? And I don't clean them probably as often as I should, but I use a mixture of water and distilled vinegar when I do clean them. I just put it in a spray bottle and I spray all the toys down. If it needs to soak, I will soak it in hot water and usually just dish soap. And if it's like a bath toy, I will sometimes bleach those because they grow mold inside if you're not careful. So, and like the books can get slimy, so be careful with your bath toys. Either be religious about hanging them up to dry or pat them dry each night, but really check those, because I think they're like, well, obviously they're like breeding grounds for mold and bacteria and stuff. And for my toilets and stuff, I guess you could use the Bonami, sprinkle it in and use the brush. Sometimes I don't use anything, like I just use the brush and it's fine. So unless you have like really hard water or problems or smells, I guess you would need something, but usually we just use the brush and it's like totally fine. For the toilets, and like I said, for meats and stuff, if we use it, I do use the Clorox wipes because I feel like that just like eliminates all of that. Like there's no guesswork. Even though vinegar does have, I think it's antibacterial properties, I just feel more comfortable using the Clorox wipes for now. Regular surfaces like the dinner table, if we just have had, if it's not really that messy, I'll just use water. Like I'll use a wet rag and use water. I don't see any problem with that. And honestly, my house is like pretty clean. I mean, you can't really tell from like this angle, but I keep it pretty clean, and those are the things that I use to do. Okay, so if you guys have any more suggestions for cleaners that are natural but also cheap, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.